Hey friends, welcome to this replay of a live session that I did here on Insight Timer on the topic of your soulful occupation. During this edited down replay, you'll hear me describe what a soulful occupation actually is, and then I'll be guiding an experience where you will be invited to release the blockages that might be holding you back from stepping into your soulful occupation. So I hope you enjoy this replay, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, so if you are just logging in, if you can tell me where you're from, that would be awesome. And also if you have an intention for being here today, or if you're aware of any blocks that you have around launching into your soulful occupation. And this would be a good segue just to talk a little bit about what is a soulful occupation. If you're here, you probably have a sense of what that is. But for me, when I used that term, your soulful occupation, it's really just a job that you do that you feel is deeply aligned with who you really are. Because I feel that the soul is really our essence. It's the essential part of us. And our soul is here for a reason, here on the planet for a reason. And our soul is also equipped with very specific gifts and skills and talents. And not everybody necessarily needs to do a job that fully expresses their skills and their gifts and their talents, but some people want that alignment. And so I imagine because you're here, you want that alignment. You want to feel like the work that you're doing in the world is really deeply aligned with who you are. It utilizes your gifts, it puts you into your genius zone, and it benefits the greater good. Because when you're aligned with why you're here and you get to share that with the world, it allows you to feel in alignment. It allows you to feel really good about who you are and what you're doing, and then that ripples out. And it's like all these little lights turn on, the more people that are having the opportunity to do that. Now there is, when we start to step towards our soul occupation, sharing our gifts with the world in a really genuine way, when we start to put ourselves out there, when we start to even apply for a job that is something that we really want because it's going to let us share our gifts, there can be a lot of blocks that come up. For a lot of us, this is part of our healing journey. Part of our evolution is learning how to own, first of all, learning who we are at that deep level. What are our gifts, our talents, and our skills? And then having the courage to share them with the world. It can kind of make us feel a little bit vulnerable at times. So we're going to be clearing blocks around all of that today. All right, I'm just going to check in one more time. Soul occupation is your chef. I saw somebody going by. Goes so fast, you guys. I'm so sorry. Chef, comedian, caregiver. Have trouble being in my light and my strength. Aloha from Maui too, major transition. So I want to talk also, one of the reasons why I'm putting this live out is because so many people are transitioning right now within their jobs, within their career path. And part of this is because of the pandemic. This global pandemic. There's many other things I could talk about also that are happening on the planet, but the pandemic really was like a forced pause. And I think even though I know some people were still working extremely hard, but the way that many things shut down created a little bit of a forced pause and a moment of reflection, a moment of questioning. So a lot of people asking like, what really matters to me? Why am I here? Like, who am I? Some of these big questions, I think, started coming up a lot in the collective, more so than they have in the past. And, people lost jobs. Most jobs changed, whether working at home or, you changed to working remotely at home, or maybe what you were doing completely changed. And just having that pause gives you an opportunity to really, again, question, why am I here? What do I really want to do? What would actually light me up and bring me joy? And also the remote working opened up the doorway for a lot of other opportunities to come forth as well. So it just felt like it's kind of appropriate. Lots of people changing. I'm going through a lot of personal changes as well. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, but I took a full-time job a couple of years ago because I needed a break. I needed to not hold space for people for a while, although I was still doing it a little bit on the side. Recently left that job, so I'm segueing back more full-time into the work I'm going to be doing. But I'm right alongside so many people. So if you are going through like a major career change because of the pandemic, you could jot that down also in the comments if the pandemic was a big influence in you starting to say like, maybe I should do this, maybe I should go this way instead. Yeah. Me. Okay. Yes. Lots and lots of people. All right. So change is not easy, right? Even if it's forced change, we're just forced into it. It's not easy. It's not easy to take a leap. It's not easy to quit a stable job. It's not easy to change career paths. It's not easy to launch a business. It's not easy to turn to the world and say, actually, this is really who I am and this is what I really do. Maybe you've been doing something that doesn't really allow you to share your gifts, and then to turn to the world and say, actually, this is what I can do really well, and I'm going to share it with all of you, can be really scary, right? It can be really vulnerable. So thanks for being here and having the courage to clear some of the blocks so that you can start to embody what you are here to do. So with this, the clearing that we're going to go into, so energy clearing, it's actually super simple. Everything is energy, and we are so powerful that we can clear energy, we can activate energy, we can transform energy, transmute energy. We can do a lot with energy once you're just aware of that possibility. And so today, with how we're going to be doing energy clearing, if you've never done it with me before, I'll be taking in kind of the collective energy and looking for the blocks. And then what I do as best as possible is I name those blocks. So it's kind of like I'm opening up the book to this collective group that we're in right now. I open up the book, and the book is all about soul occupation. And I'm on the chapter, I open up to the chapter blockages. And then I start to highlight. So I look around, okay, which ones should we move today? Which ones should we clear today? I find one that looks like a good starting point, highlight it. You can imagine me with like my highlighter. I highlight it, and maybe it's not an actual book, maybe it's on the computer, and then I press delete, and then we clear it. And so that's that's a very simple description, but we're working with the energetic blueprint. We're going in, finding where the blockages are, creating a statement that kind of grabs that, highlights that energy, and then we're going to just breathe together and clear it. And I will be, like I said, kind of coming back to you guys often just to see like, what do you need? What blockages are coming up for you in this moment? And then we can, I can try to give you very specific blockages as well, or give you specific clearings for those. So hopefully that sounds clear for what we're going to be doing. And we'll probably do this for maybe like a 20-minute window. And we'll be kind of in a meditative state. And then I'll say these statements. It's really simple. I'll guide you through it and we'll let it go. And then we'll do a little activation at the end. And then we will reconvene and I'll just see where everybody's at and we'll take it from there. And hopefully you'll just finish up today feeling a shift. And with energy clearing too, I do this with private clients a lot, but there is sometimes a detox period because we're working in the subtle realm, clearing the energy. And then as the energy clears from that subtle realm, it has to like filter through the physical reality until it's completely cleared out. So there can be a little bit of a detox too. So just drink water, go for a walk, move your body, do some yoga here on Insight Timer, something to help you move the energy with more grace and ease. That's always beneficial. All right, so we're going to go into meditation zone. We're going to go into this domain and we're going to start to move some of this energy. And I meant to say this earlier, but the detox period, what happens then is once you detox out like some of these beliefs, and sometimes you have to clear them, several times to really get yourself to move beyond them, but doors can open or you'll get like a download, like an insight. Oh, do that. Or that's the person you need to connect to. You should apply for that job. Or this inspiring idea comes forth. This is what you should work, share your gifts through this particular medium, something like that. And it can come through because the blockage isn't there anymore. And that's your sweet spot. Yay, I'm ready too. Okay. If you are just coming in, I will say this one more time, just you can share where you're at. We're going to be working on on clearing the blockages so that we can align with our soul occupation, the work that we came here to do, the work that utilizes our gifts, that allows us to be in our genius zone. That's what it's about. So if you want to sit comfortably, go for it. Or if you want to lie down, you could always lie down, whatever makes yourself feel most comfortable. And you're also welcome to close your eyes, and I'll be closing my eyes and opening my eyes so I can, check the feed if I need to. Just maybe taking a couple breaths to just drop into yourself. Drop into your body. And drop into your energy. And I just want to invite you to explore that for a moment inside yourself. So sense your physical body. Just maybe noticing the shape of your body, the movement of breath through your body. Any sensations emerging in your body. And underlying, in a way, this physical part of you is your energetic blueprint. And your soul is really plugged into that energetic blueprint. And so feel your physical body again, and then let yourself kind of step into your energy. Just opening your awareness to your energy and this blueprint that holds all this beautiful information about who you really are at that soul level, and your gifts and your talents and your natural skills. And this blueprint also holds information about how you might be blocked, how your soul might be blocked in expressing its fullest light right here on the planet, whether that be through an actual job or just in life in general. And then let yourself just take a deep breath in through the nose, and you might even just sigh out, kind of like feeling yourself just really plugged into that blueprint, because we want to be connected on that level as we begin to clear our energy. Making contact with that part of you that is soul, right? That soulful, essential part of you. Amazing. All right. And we're going to work first with this soul level. So I'm going to offer just a couple clearing statements that will help us kind of lock in a little bit more to our soul, to align more fully here in this moment with our soul. Okay, so I'm going to say these very specific words, and if you're in a space and you're able to repeat the words, you're welcome to do that, but otherwise just hear my words as your own. And then I'll direct you to breathe, and we'll be breathing in to lift the energy that I'm highlighting. And then you're going to exhale, and you might want to exhale just through an open mouth, like you're blowing out that energy, because the breath connects directly with our energy, so we can direct it through the breath. And I recommend breathing it out into a recycling, an imaginary recycling bin that is going to transmute the negative energy. Okay, so that's how we'll work. So I'll say the statement slowly, right, so you can hear it. I clear now all of the obstacles keeping me from soul alignment. Okay, so take a deep breath in. You're lifting up those obstacles, whatever they might be for you, and then breathe it out through an open mouth. And to eliminate all of the heaviness, the darkness that dims the light of my soul. Take a deep breath in and breathe it out. And you might take extra breaths. And if you notice that you start to yawn a lot, right? Sometimes that's just an indicator that lots of energy is moving. And to eliminate all of the blockages and barriers, all of the veils and illusions keeping me from standing in the light of my soul and getting to know who I am when I hold that vibrational frequency. Okay, so take a breath, breathe in. And breathe it out. So most of us know the vibrational frequency of our conditioned self. And so when we start to experience our soul coming alive, it's in those moments of joy, when we feel really impassioned, when we feel really inspired. We want to start to hold, let our physical body, our physical container start to hold that vibration more and more. Sometimes we have to build that container up and that awareness up. All right, I clear now anything and everything standing in my way from fully inhabiting this body and embodying my soul so that I can know through this physical experience what my innate gifts, talents, and skills are at the soul level, so that I can understand that clearly and then find pathways of expression in the world, utilizing my gifts, talents, and skills. Okay, so take a deep breath in and breathe it out. And I just want to say that pain is often a gateway to getting to know your soul. Pain can also be a gateway to learning what your gifts, talents, and skills are. Somebody, I think, was saying that they wanted to write their story. They wanted to share their story about surviving, being a survivor. And that just popped in, but I just wanted to say that your path to discovering your soul's gifts and how you want to share those with the world sometimes comes through pain. And there's beauty that can come out of that pain, right? So as we clear, all these clearing statements are going to support you again in being able to bring these gifts that you have now to share, whether they're through your physical experience, right? And you're combining them with your soul's energy, or they're coming from like deep, deep inside of you in this moment. We're going to step into those. All right. Okay. And to eliminate all of the blockages and barriers, all of the negative energy that inhibits me from seeing who I really am at this deep core soul level and expressing as that in the world. So take a breath. Great. And then sometimes I have to check in with the energy. So I'm just checking in now. We did a little clearing around aligning with the soul, your soul, and knowing what your gifts, talents, and skills are. And if anybody, you're yawning a lot, yes. If anybody So aligning with your soul, knowing what your gifts, talents, and skills are. If there's anything just around that anybody wants to like throw into the chat in this moment, anything that you're still feeling blocked specifically around that, aligning with your soul, knowing what your gifts, talents, and skills are from the soul level. Okay. Pressure on my head. Yeah, keep breathing and make sure you're breathing slowly also. And if sometimes the breathing can cause lightheadedness, so just slow it down or just eliminate, like breathe more gently. Do it more through visualization if you need to. All right. And to eliminate the blockages and barriers keeping me from seeing my innate soulful gifts, talents, and skills with wonder, with awe, and with a deep sense of excitement that these are what you hold inside of you. Okay, so take a deep breath. So sometimes when we start to play with our soulful gifts, talents, and skills, and they really want to express, and you might think like, oh, this comes really natural for me. It's fun when I do this. I enjoy doing this. And then when you get to the point where you might actually start to make it into a business or put it out into the world, you're like, I'm not that good at it. Actually, these gifts are, everybody does this. I'm not unique or special in this way. And there might be a lot of people that share similar gifts, but they're not sharing them as you, right? So being able to first kind of like pull these gifts out of you, look at them, walk around, look at them. Oh my gosh, these gifts are amazing. To be able to really feel that and also understand that these gifts, they are yours. And if you're choosing a soulful occupation, they're meant to be shared and they're going to benefit, right? So many people, and they're going to benefit the planet. All right, let me see if there's anything else around those that we want to clear. Communicating with ease. Yes. Okay. Okay. We'll do one around that, the communication around these gifts, talents, and skills as well. So, and to eliminate all of the blockages and barriers keeping me from knowing how to best communicate my gifts, talents, and skills to other people, to the world at large. Okay, so take a deep breath. Breathe it out. And to eliminate all the blockages and barriers keeping me from knowing what occupation, what medium, what channel is the best for me to share my soulful gifts, talents, and skills with the world. Okay, so take a deep breath. Breathe it out. Okay, good. That's feeling really good. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit more into the nitty-gritty. Yes, clarity and trusting. Okay, good. Most occurs, lots of others doing the same thing. None of them are you. Yes. All right. We're still clearing here. More clearing energy. Okay. I clear now all of the obstacles, all of the barriers, keeping me from creating a structure, building a structure that will allow me to offer up what it is that I have to share with the world in a graceful, easeful, abundant, and amazing way. Okay, so take a deep breath. And just know that the words I'm using, that phrase was kind of specific to like an entrepreneur, somebody starting a business, but it can also be the structure of your application for a job, right? Because some people will share their gifts through an actual job structure, or maybe you're a freelancer or contractor. So it can be like how to structure your resume or how to structure a job that you're stepping into, how to negotiate what you're going to need for that. Okay, I'm just checking out my little bullets that I had of things that I wanted to cover. Next best steps. Okay, and to eliminate the blockages and barriers to making my soulful gifts, talents, and skills concrete in the physical world. Okay, take a breath. That's a really big one. Feels like for a lot of people, it's like, okay, my soul, it's this energy, and oh, there's this is a gift I have, and it feels a little like esoteric and kind of out here. And we want to be able to like really harness those, bring them into the physical, and boom, like have concrete ways of sharing them. Because we do live in this physical world, right? We're going to want to make money if we're doing, sharing our gifts in a job. We need to be able to make money. We need to have a structure to share them. So making things concrete, letting the soul come through this physical concrete body, right? And express through it in concrete ways. I'll do just a little bit more clearing. And to eliminate all of the external voices that are in my head, external voices, right, that I've brought into my head, into my own mind, that keep me from choosing my soulful occupation and for me, whether it be quitting a job, applying for a new job, changing careers, going back to school, starting my own business, offering something that my friends and family don't understand. I release and let go of all of those external voices that I've internalized, that I've brought into my head, that I've owned as my own, but they're not. And they're holding me back, keeping me stuck, and not allowing me to step forward into my soulful occupation. These voices in my head that do not belong to me are no longer serving me. I release and let go of them right here, right now. So take a deep breath. Breathe that out. Maybe take an extra couple breaths for that, because I've started to yawn. Like there must be a lot of energy around that. Yes, soul dictate versus people pleasing. And that's the voices in the head too. Allowing those voices even in part, is like pleasing other people. All right. Interesting. Okay. Yes. I'm going to do this one, Adriana, for you. All right. And to eliminate the belief that moving my blockages, transforming negative energy, has to be hard, has to be difficult, and simply cannot be done just with words. I release and let go of that block so that I can come to know how truly powerful I am. Okay, so take a deep breath and release it out. So I want to say a little bit more about that. So part of the words is when you can name something, right? You're bringing it into consciousness. So part of the words is like I said, it's me just highlighting some words on this blueprint. I'm highlighting this part. We're going to delete that part. Delete. And sometimes you do have to delete it several times because it was etched in really deep. And there's lots of other patterns and programs and beliefs that feed into it too. So it's like you pull that one out and then, whoa, you have to reorganize everything, and then you have to pull this one out and that one out. But it starts to kind of become, once you see something, oh, I have a block around this, or I'm thinking this way. If you can write it down, that belief, I believe, da 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 da. Is that true? No. Okay, I clear that. I clear this belief. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And it's you starting to go around in your own blueprint. If you do this for yourself, you're going around in your own blueprint and you're looking around saying, that doesn't serve me. That's actually blocking me. And and first it's accepting it, seeing it, accepting it, coming into right relationship with it. And that actually allows it to start transforming. So a lot of like this, as we're clearing this energy, some of it moves really quickly out because it's not yours. You're not super attached to it. Some of it sticks around a little bit longer, but you'll start to be able to see it more clearly. And some of it, as it moves, it opens up for a moment. Even if you attach to it again, it opens up for long enough to allow things to change. So then when it comes back in, it's uncomfortable. It doesn't fit anymore because things have changed. And so it makes it easier then to like see it and then to like flick it off, you know, and get rid of it. Okay. Where are we at? How's everybody doing? Does anybody have anything? Again, I can't scroll back too far, but anything. Crying is okay because sometimes when you connect into your soul, that homecoming is just such a beautiful thing, and it can make you cry. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Anik. Have a good time at work. All right. So I want to do a little, not feeling anything, to be honest. Totally fine, Jen. Totally fine. And everybody's sensitivity to energy is different too. And this might not resonate with everybody also. Energy clearing works, like for me, it really resonates with me, but I've been studying energy for a long time. That's been kind of my natural flow. So trust what you're getting, what you're feeling. And the beautiful thing about Insight Timers, there's so many amazing teachers and practitioners sharing all of their gifts, right, through this platform. So most important to really find like what resonates with you, and you don't have to feel it for it to be happening, which is kind of cool too. All right, so we're going to do some activation. I might clear a couple more things if they pop in, but yes, great, Maggie. Feels awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to activate. The activation is to kind of just bring in the divine energy, bring in more of our soul, to activate more of our soul energy so that it's stronger than our conditioning. So it'll support us with that. And I also recommend whenever you clear energy, even if you clear like something from your diet, it's always good to replace that space with something positive. So you get rid of coffee, maybe you start to drink herbal tea. You put something in its place to make it easier. When you clear negative energy, we want to put positive energy in its place, so that makes it, again, more difficult for that negative energy to just like come back in, right? You might be attached to that negative energy. It might come back in for a little bit. All right, so again, you can just sit if you'd like comfortably, take a breath. Okay. Take a breath in and out. A little bit more clearing, just really briefly, and to eliminate all of the confusion energy that's spinning around me, keeping me from grounding into my physical body, anchoring into the earth while I embody the frequency of my soul and attune to my innate gifts, talents, and skills so that I can move forward in my life being soulfully aligned and choose an occupation that allows my soul to express with grace and ease and to live abundantly on this planet, sharing what I came here to do. Okay, so take a nice deep breath and think of all this confusion energy just like all around you, confusion about who you are, about your job, about your gifts, about if this is working or not, what you should do next, right? Just scoop up all this energy like all around you and release it. And do that just a couple more times. One more clearing statement. And to eliminate all of the negative energy, keeping me from making my soul real here in my physical body, here on the earth plane, so that I can express as my soul in all that I do, not just through work, but in all that I do, that I can express as my soul in all relationships, in all situations, in all dynamics, starting right now. Take a breath. One more clearing, and to eliminate all of the fear of being aligned with my soul. All of the fear that keeps me from connecting to my soul, expressing as my soul, and letting myself be my soul, embody my soul, and express as my soul here on the planet. So take a nice full breath in and out. All right, amazing. I know I'm saying those kind of quickly. That one landed, good. All right, so let's bring in some positive energy. Ooh, it's 4444. We're gonna bring in some positive energy to fill in all the spaces where we may have just removed some energy. And we're gonna do a little activation also just to amplify that vibration again of our soul and specifically of our gifts, talents, and skills. All right, so similar, I'm just gonna say some words and you can repeat them if you're able to, or just hear my words. I activate now the vibration of my soul. I activate this vibration physically in my body, in my cells, so that I can run the current of my soul, the vibrational current of my soul through my entire being to wake myself up and to get on task with what I came here to do, professionally, personally, on all levels, for the world, starting right now. Okay, take a nice deep breath. So this is a little different. You can still breathe in. If there's anything that needs to lift up and release out, you can breathe that out. But then at the same time, when we use that word activate with that statement, we're letting everything kind of, all cylinders, right, a go. Turning all of your soul frequency on. Turning up the volume on that a little bit, amplifying it. Okay. And to activate my connection with the divine, with source energy, so that I can use this energy to fill in all the places inside of me and in my energy field where I just released and cleared energy from. As I allow this divine energy into my being, I invite it to awaken me. I invite it to activate me at the soul level and inform me of what I came here to do and how I can best do that, starting right now. Okay, so take a nice full breath in. And sometimes with divine energy, for me, I like to just draw it in through the crown of my head. Let it pour over your body, bring it down into your body, all the way into the earth. Let it fill out the space around your body. And to activate this divine energy, this source energy, so that I can use this energy to help me take action. Take action from my soul and do the work I came here to do, right? Take action that will allow me to be in alignment with my innate gifts, talents, and skills and begin sharing them in a profuse way. The words sometimes are interesting that come through. In a profuse way with the world. Take a deep breath. And just let the divine is like, ooh, that's what you want? Okay. The divine's going to come in. It's like, we're doing that. So we, like when I was talking about like a computer and you're highlighting some words and clearing them, now we're like going back in and we're going, we're typing in some new information. Okay, how's everybody feeling? It was 4444 at 444. Tiffany, that's awesome. I wasn't really paying attention to the clock and I looked up and I was like, 4444, amazing. I love seeing those numbers, the synchronicity. Feeling lighter, good. All right, great. So, feeling hopeful, yes. So I think we're at a good place energy-wise. I'm just gonna look in really quickly once more. Okay, one more. And to activate divine energy, source energy, and my soul, so that I can know without doubt that I've got this, that I can do this, so that I can be connected to my heart and I can be connected to my authentic confidence, so that I can know without a doubt that I've got this, that I can do this, that I can feel that level of confidence in my body and utilize that sense of confidence to step forward, to take the leap, to move forward in alignment with my soul, starting right now. Okay, so take a nice full breath. You guys got this. We all got this. Lean into some of that confidence. We've got confidence inside of us too. Yeah, and you can make your own statements. Some of you are sharing, activate trust in the universe and my connection to the universe. Yes. So you can, again, you can make your own statements. What do you activate? What do you clear? Write it down, take a breath, clear it. And you can do that. You really can. And it really does work. All right, that is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed that replay and it benefited you. Please follow my Insight Timer profile page and stay tuned for future lives on the topic of being a soulful entrepreneur and all things on lighting up the truth of who you really are. Have a beautiful day.